Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while. My schedule has changed and there's a lot of things moving around in my life right now. But I thought I'd come on because there has been a few messages lingering in the air. So I'll probably do a couple videos. I have some time this week. And I hope you're all doing well. And if you're not, hang in there. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera. It looks foggy and misty to me, so I don't know how it looks for you. And there's been a lot of clouds, a lot of storms. It's just like that time of year. So I don't know if like the mistiness and the cloudiness, and I feel like there's a lot of things moving around in the shadows. I feel like a lot of truths are coming to surface. And yeah, I feel like spirit is really hammering down on a lot of people. So the first message I wanted to do, my name is Amanda, for those of you who don't know. This is Dead Garden Tarot, welcome. So the first message I wanted to get to is part of it was a dream, and some of it I believe has to do with the energy right now, which is there's like a bunch of planets in Aries or something, and I think we have like a new moon coming up, but there's an energy of the blame game and anger. So in the dream, there was a mother figure, and she was blaming her daughter, or son, take it as it resonates, blaming her child for her darkness, blaming her child for the negative blanket that she had over her. And I seen this kind of like black, hovering blanket like through the mother's head, and kind of like, so she's blaming her kid for whatever she's going through. So obviously this person doesn't have any accountability or wants to admit or be aware of the self. But I feel like this child, or this, and it doesn't have to be a child, it's just like the child of the mother, right? The offspring. You could be at any age. They stood up for themselves. They stood their ground. And, but then in turn, that child that was being blamed was passing down or angry at their own children, but for a different reason, in a different way. So this might have to do with generational pass down of anger, and where that comes from. This could just have to do with anyone who is an Aries in your life, like that has heavy airy placements. But I feel like there's a lot of blaming. And then the offspring that had, like the one being blamed that stood up for themselves, their children had multiple children, and one of the children was upset and was kind of, I don't want to say deluded, because like this was a very young child, like not in diapers, but kind of just out of diapers. They didn't see the darkness of the parent, of the grandmother, and was kind of mad at their parents. So there's a lot of family dynamic within females, it seems. So I really don't know who this message is for. But it just seems like there's a lot of female anger and where that comes from, and there's like a lot of blaming going on. But the parent that had the young kids, she was mad at her daughter, but not blaming her for her own stuff, blaming her because of her not telling her when she was coming home, or it was like a safety issue, right? So it wasn't in the same way. And then like the daughter said like, well, but look what I bought you. Look what I brought you. So there's a performance thing going on. So there's anger amongst females. There's the grandparents, like boomers, whatever, not taking accountability and being self-aware. And then there's the children that are having to perform for parents. And so you might have grown up like that, where the only way that you saw you fit into your family, or the only way that you knew that you were worth something, is when you were performing in some manner, whether it was performing as in mask-wise, entertainment for the family, or it was performing in a way that like, look what I brought you. So males have a lot to do with that, that they're only seen as worthy and good to have around if they're making enough money, if they're providing enough things. And then females have a tendency to be like performing in a way that like is an entertainment thing. It could go both ways. Put yourself where you belong. I hope this resonates for someone. Just seems like a lot of power dynamics and performance art. So I'm using the Dark Mansion Tarot. And we'll see what's going on with this anger and this family dynamic of performance. What can you tell us, Spirit? What does the collective need to know about the anger and this performance art? Wow, okay. All right, well, first out is the devil, right? And then we have the star. Yeah, okay. So, like, you were seen as the star. You were seen as the center of attention. You were seen as the one with, like, the bright energy. The one that was the light in the room. You could be an only child. That would suffice to that that role. And then you could have also have been the baby of the family. The Magician is upside down. Oh, okay. So I'm getting like a dampening on my energy, almost like you are the magician, but at a young age you didn't know that, and they were trying to keep that from you. So you were the one, even so, like, even as a kid, you know, maybe you were into magic, maybe you were into magicians and stuff like that. It could be literally, but like, wanting to do magic or be in magic, and being fascinated with magic, is one thing. But then to learn that you have the power inside of you, because you are the star, to make your wishes come true, to actually be the magician. Your family didn't want you to know that. And so that's part of why I feel like blame was always put on you, to keep you down, to keep you from realizing your potential. It happens to a lot of us, right? A lot of people that have that bright energy, a lot of the empaths, a lot of the ones that are supposed to come up, the late bloomers, the ones that are clearly special, that have something that people don't want, that people want to take, that people want to dampen, right? You know where you fall into that. What else can you tell me about the performance art and this anger? The Nine of Wands. So, which is interesting. I was just looking at the devil, and the skeletons They look like children. God, that makes me so sad. You could have been dealing with a mother who was a narcissist, or a mother who was, I was just watching this video and she mentioned the devourer mother. And it made me think of the mother who blames the child for everything, but also the child that the parents live through. So you have to perform and do everything your parents want you to because they missed out when they were younger. They didn't do what they wanted to do. Or you have to live up to some certain role that they have for you to make them look good as parents, or to make what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, putting on the airs, like making it look, wow, look at that stream of light. That looks cool. To make their family and themselves look good to everybody else, right? Keeping up with the Joneses, if you will. Creating a mask and creating a show that looks good to everybody else. Makes me want to barf. But there's nothing more of like the biggest turnoff for me when people fucking do that. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, Joan Crawford, exactly. The Nine of Wands. If you don't know who Joan Crawford is, check her out. She's an old school Hollywood actor who literally adopted children to make her image look better. And then she treated them like absolute garbage. So, you know. Nine of Wands. So with the Nine of Wands, there's like a feeling of like guarding the house, guarding, like I was just saying, guarding like your image, right? Not your image, but like your parents' image. And nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. So people could have thought that you grew up with like really nice parents, really good parents, that you were provided for, that you were a good kid, blah, blah, blah. But behind closed doors, there was a lot more going on than meets the eye that people were not aware of. So you might be really good at masking. Your parents might be really good at masking. And again, because of the wands and the charisma and the fieriness of wands and that energy really, you know, goes with the fact that they were trying to keep that down. And then they were trying to use you know, fire signs, right? Could be Aries, could be Sagittarius, Leo, in a very unhealed state. That can be very damaging to the children. So it's like, look at me, I'm the most important thing, don't cross me, and I'm gonna want all the attention, and if it's not, you know, if you don't see what I want you to see and act the way I want you to act, then there's consequences. What else can you tell me about this performance art? The Knight of Pentacles. I heard hoarding. You might have come from a hoarding family. So this is a kind of family that like may not be very good with money, but they look like they have a lot because they hoard a lot. Things were passed down. So when people come from a hoarding thing, that not only is that like a mental illness thing, but it's also like a lack mindset. And the horse made me think of like, it looks like the horse is sad, and it looks like they're hard on animals, the way he's drooping his neck. So there might be animal cruelty in your family, but also it made me, it jogged my memory that I've been seeing a lot of, in that particular dream, I saw the shadow of a black cat. So you might have an animal that is on the other side. It could be a black cat, doesn't have to be. But I feel like this animal protects you. This animal is around you. And you might have a lot of animals around you or seeing a lot of animals around you. So you might be an animal lover. But I feel like they're watching you. And almost like the animals may have defended you. So maybe you had like a cat or a dog or some type of animal that really loved you but didn't like your other family members, was more attached to you and would even stick up for you. Almost like had your back, even like with your shadow. Because they knew your heart was good. Which again goes with the dampening of your light with the family. So they want you to be strong. They want you to be fiery because that has you stand in your power. Okay, can I get one more, please? This is already kind of long. But there's a lot going on in the energy and it's been so heavy. Okay, this is a lot. Should I take these? Should I take these ones? What about these ones? These are both upside down. I'm hearing take them. Two of Pentacles is on the bottom. So there's a balancing out. So I have the Ten of Cups and Judgment upside down. Oh, bleh. Okay. Ugh. Sorry, it's like so gross. You did not come from a very good family. This could be very much a karmic family. These people did not want you to have money. These people took from you. These people, you were put into this darkness and in this shadow for you to rise out. It's part of your path. It's part of your destiny, I'm hearing. That there was unjust judgments put on you from your family because of all the projections. And because of the lack mindset, they didn't want you to be happy. I heard they wanted to keep you in a prison. This is fucking disgusting. Anyways. Okay, what can you tell us about this devil, please? Wow, the cards are really talkative today. Okay, the devil. What do we have here? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Blueprint. We have the Empress. And we have the Sun. Yeah. Okay. So this person saw you as the Sun. This person saw you as the Empress. This person knew that you have the blueprint, that you are the answer, which is why they were keeping you down. Okay? So they know who you are. So this mother figure knows who you are. So there could be a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy with this mother figure, a lot of blame because this mother figure is projecting. Wow. I heard silent hate. This mother figure could very well hate her children and blame them for even being alive. Or this mother figure could just, in fact, be hateful and project that hate onto her child because she hates herself. What can you tell me about the star? What can you tell me about the collective, the beautiful collective, the one with the good heart, the one with all that beautiful, dreamy energy, the one that wishes, that prays to the universe? What can you tell me about the star? The Six of Swords. You're getting away, you're moving away, you're leaving it behind, and you're taking whatever love in your heart and whatever children you have with you. Good for you. Yeah, I'm getting like sadness and weepiness, which is like, you know, we're supposed to believe that our families are good and that want the good for us, but it's not the case, you know, in a lot of ways, for a lot of people, and walking away is hard, you know, but it's necessary if you want your dreams to come true. It's necessary. It's part of your blueprint. It's part of the work you're supposed to be doing. This isn't about your parents. This is about you and your life and your soul and your heart and what you want, what you dream of, what you wish for yourself, the life that you want for your children if you have them. What can you tell me about the Magician, please? What can you tell me about the reverse Magician? Okay. The Five of Swords. Yeah, you've had to fight your way. I heard you had to fight your way through your learning and your research. So if you were really into like, that was weird. I heard the dark arts. It's like, made me think of Snape, like Slytherin. If you're really into the dark arts and you're really into, you know, you could be classifying yourself as a witch. You don't have to be. But yeah, you've really had to learn how to fight in the dark. You really had to learn how to fight shadows. Mainly your parents' shadows and your generational shadows. So you could very well be a curse breaker. So we have the Hanged Man. You probably had to spend a lot of your time in solitude, a lot of time inside your head working this out. And then we also have the Tower. Yeah. So this makes me think, with the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords underneath the reverse Magician, that you were in fact the Tower itself. So because you were that star, that light in your family, any kind of truth that you would speak of, anytime you would shine your light, you would bring and you would like create a tower for everyone else around you, which is why they would project onto you and you know, kind of make your life miserable, right? So you would always have to go into solitude. You would always have to do the Hanged Man to figure that out, because you yourself are the Tower. Wow. Nine of Wands. What can I get for the Nine of Wands, please? This performative, putting on airs. What can you tell me? I'm heard blocking out the competition. Whatever that means for you. Maybe the competition very well is, I'm hearing there's 10:10 on the clock. So you're becoming a master now at blocking out the competition. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, okay. That's, ooh. Okay. So again, she's walking away from all these cups. You're walking away from what no longer is satisfying to you. You're walking away from whatever. I mean, you could have very well come from a wealthy family. But wealth isn't everything, like money-wise, right? You could be miserable as hell, right? Being locked in a prison. You're walking away from all these cups. But what you don't see is that your ship is coming in. Your ship is in the shadow. Your ship is in the dark. And with the moon there and the stars, because you are the star, you are the wish, you've made those wishes. And you've stayed hidden all these years. She's hiding her face. She's cloaked. She has her hat on. She's walking away. I feel like you walked away in silence. I feel like you just packed your shit and left. I don't think you gave anybody any warning. Yeah, and I'm getting like, not only because of the Nine of Wands is here and it's like a protection kind of thing with that shadow and that ship coming in, Spirit has your back. Spirit is protecting the ship that's coming in for you. What is this Knight of Pentacles, please? What can you tell me about the Knight of Pentacles? I heard he's watching you? Whoever this Knight of Pentacles is, it could be someone in your family, but it also could be someone from your past. Take it as it resonates. But someone is watching you, like secretly. Ace of Swords. You are the communicator. Maybe this Knight of Pentacles wants to communicate with you. But you have your sword up. You've crowned your throat chakra, or your throat chakra has been crowned. This reading is a little bit weird. I hope it's resonating for someone. What can you, okay, what can you tell me about the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords? Because even with the Knight of Pentacles, like all of this makes sense, but when the Knight of Pentacles came in, I wasn't sure what that was. So what more clarification can I get for this Knight of Pentacles with this Ace of Swords? The Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay, so there's a Knight of Pentacles that is in Ten of Swords energy. So they're crashing out. I think that's what you call it. Extremely depressed, very much in their head, dealing with, I heard nightmares, very much in darkness. Their world is falling apart. What else can you tell me? Yeah, you're the Queen of Cups. So I feel like not only did you walk away from family, but you walked away from someone that may have loved you. Loved you. Take it as it resonates. But they see you as the Queen of Cups. They see you as strong in your words, articulate, someone who has a fierce heart and is not afraid to show emotion. And I mean, and because it's in between, I mean, you yourself, because of all this stuff happening, you yourself could look like you are in a 10 of Swords. Or maybe your family is hoping to put you in the 10 of Swords because that's where you were living most of your life. Again, take it as it resonates. What can I get for this reverse 10 of Cups and this reverse Judgment? That's interesting. I heard the dead will judge those who did you wrong. And then I got like the picture of that cat. So yeah, like I said, I feel like there's animals that have passed over that are protecting you and that are judging those that did you wrong around you, and that the dead will be judging you, or judging the people who did you wrong, that have been keeping you down. The karmics, really. The people who kept you in shadow. What can you tell me about the 10 of Cups and the Judgment in reverse, please? The Ace of Pentacles. You're getting a new beginning. Yeah, you're the golden coin. So while this judgment is going on, while these things are happening, you have broken free and your money is going to come in. So if it hasn't fully come in yet, pay attention, because I really feel like I heard trickling. It's trickling in right now. And I'm getting a vision of like, you know, like summer rain where it's totally sunny out and then you just get that like fine kind of trickle that comes down. It only lasts about 5 minutes and then it goes away. I feel like that's what this is. So maybe when all the energy shifts and we start to move into summer, like May, June, like right now you should somewhat be getting a trickling in, but you're not going to really feel that influx in finance or that influx in abundance just quite yet. Okay, let's move on. The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take that. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. Your happiness is coming. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Your happiness is coming. You have a new beginning that's coming. You will be standing like this is so good. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay. What kind of messages can I get for the collective with these animals that are protecting her or him? What can you tell me about the collective and their animals on the other side? A fox. Are you a foxy lady? Are you a silver fox? Oh my. Oh my. What else can you tell me? What does the collective... Okay, the crow. Yeah. How I was saying the shadows are protecting you. That you being in your shadow is not a bad thing. That because you have a good heart, your shadow is fierce. Your knowledge is fierce. Your magic. You are the Tower. Dolphin. Dolphins are happy and giddy and like Lemurian dolphins. I don't know about like earth dolphins. Earth dolphins are a little bit shady if you ask me, you know, little rapey. Right? All the beautiful colors. So there's, you know, the yellow and the orange and the pink. It's about self-love, about your soul, your sacral, your courageousness, the love that you have for yourself, walking away, learning to flow through your emotions and be happy in that. The butterfly. That's nice. You've emerged out of your cocoon. So I'm getting a picture of like literally being out of the cocoon, but not yet unfurling your wings. When the butterflies come out of their cocoons, right? They're kind of like gooey and whatever, as one would be. And then the last thing they do is start to unfold their wings, right? And then they just kind of like rest. I don't think you've unfurled your wings just yet, or uncurled your wings just yet. What else can I get? Unicorn wants to come out. You was magical as fuck, collective. Look at you. The butterfly, the unicorn, and the eagle. I heard God has his hand on you. Or if you're witchy, whatever you believe. Yeah, you're going to be soaring to new heights when whatever this Ace of Pentacles comes in, this Queen of Pentacles, and you have this Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like a happy family. So there might be someone coming in. Maybe we should ask. 37. There's something about this, like I heard seed. I feel like something you dropped. And I don't mean like you dropped it on purpose. I mean like there's a seed that you planted or that you dropped along the way on your journey that got left in the ground and that is starting to emerge and grow. Something that you may have dreamt or wished about in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, that you're not fully aware of, and it's actually coming to fruition. That was weird. Horses on the bottom, and we're in the year of the fire horse. We've officially stepped into that now that we're the end of April. That's really interesting. And in fact, this eagle could also be representative of someone who has a strong faith, because I put it here on top of the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And this male or female, I'm going to go with male, this male's coming in to protect you and to help you, I heard, gain your stance. So I'm getting a picture of like, you have already stepped into your power. You're already standing your ground. You're already like rooted in whatever you have going on. You're rooted in yourself. But then I seen this picture of this podium being built for you, like this stage being built for you. So this man could very well be like handy, like he could be creative himself. He could build, he could be in the trades, but he's building you like a solid foundation to raise you up, to lift you up. That's interesting. That's your reading. That was quite a bit, but exciting. And it ended off really good, so that's good. If this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, join the garden. Yeah, where we plant the seeds and we cultivate and we heal. And I totally said that wrong. I started again. Yeah. We play, we cultivate, we heal, and we plant the seeds of our dreams for the life that we want, the way we want it, right? I'm a little rusty. Forgive me. I hope that you guys have a good day, and stay tuned for more. I will do my best to upload as much as I can. And take care and be good to yourself. Peace. God bless.